As the giraffe towers over Africa's magnificent wildlife, its haughty air conceals an all-knowing watchfulness. Just one predator is certain to rattle that cool composure. But even then, the giraffes can soon outdistance a lion. Wildebeest lack the giraffe's giant stride. A lofty view of Africa is the giraffe's greatest asset. Yet it's only one of the outstanding attributes of these remarkable creatures, the tallest animals on Earth. At least twice the height of any other hoofed plant eater, giraffes look on trees the way others view shrubs. "14-foot-tall females simply reach out and over the small acacias, shaping them as they comb off the newest leaves and shoots. A big male can add another couple of feet to his height when he stands stiff-necked to reach branches over 18 feet above ground. The acacia's spines are useless as a defense. He simply wraps his thorn-proof lips around them. Oxpeckers use the gentle giants like moving picnics. In tender places, the pecks hurt. But it's ignored when it picks around the male's bony horns. It's hunting for bits of skin and blood, as well as flies and ticks. Hence its other name, tickbird. This male is about 15 years old, dark-skinned with age, and very much a loner. Each day he wanders over part of his range, of 50 square miles in Tanzania's Serengeti National Park, looking for groups of females as they move about in the same zone. The more sociable females are also restless, but their interest is in food. One particular favorite is the whistling thorn. A giraffe's tongue can extend to 16 inches to wrap round the shoots. Rubbery saliva smothers the thorns before they're swallowed. Food is chewed not once, but twice. Cuds that were swallowed hours earlier are pushed 8 feet up the neck for a second grinding session. When a giraffe is ready to give birth, she leaves her companions to go to a special place that she's probably used before. Sometimes another female goes with her, but if the herd is feeding miles away, she will travel by herself. It's a journey she makes every 2 years on average, from the age of 5 until she's past 20. The calf's been carried for 15 months and is already 6 feet tall. The mother is nervous of predators while she's at the calving site. She'll lick her baby out of its birth sac and have help from the oxpecker. The mother learns the smell and taste of her young, as well as its unique markings, and will keep a strong bond with it for 18 months. For now, it's important that the young suckles the milk, which will hasten its early growth. It will be nearly half as tall again in just 6 months. Though it has the will to feed, it's still unsteady on its legs and finds its mother can be an obstacle. Success. Mother and baby will stay on their own for a week or two before walking back to find some female friends. By 3 weeks, they've teamed up with another mother and new baby. The females share duties, like looking out for lions and hyenas, but each will suckle its own calf. With their mothers as sentinels, the calves can express their zest for living. This newborn Thompson's gazelle has less self-confidence and is sticking close to its mother. Its size makes it vulnerable to many more predators. But some adult gazelles are alert to danger. A cheetah has been spotted at rest. The giraffes have already seen the danger, and though it's not a threat to the older ones, they're suspicious and give it lofty stares. The cheetah will not risk getting close to a giraffe's hooves, since a well-aimed kick can be deadly. By now, every giraffe within miles knows there's a cat in the grass, so the cheetah's best plan is to leave this part of the savannah. The big male giraffe has followed a group to some pools in a riverbed. Though to us they seem to take little notice of him, they have a subtle body language and defer to him as the top bull. His mission is to smell each female in turn until he finds one who's in estrus. Even if the female is not ready, she stands demurely. When water is available, giraffes drink often, but not to keep cool. The enormous surface area of their neck and legs means they don't overheat. As its head jerks back up again, the giraffe doesn't get dizzy. Elastic arteries around the brain keep the blood pressure steady. Special valves in the jugular vein stop blood rushing to the head as the giraffe bends down. Years ago, the big male battled his way to dominance. Now he is not challenged by the other bulls. But his presence stirs two of the younger males into a sparring bout. First, it's a bit of pushing and shoving, but then it becomes more serious as their heads and necks are used like sledgehammers. Spongy cavities in the skull help cushion the impacts and protect the brain. Though the blows are powerful, the intention is not to hurt, but to establish which is stronger and can move up through the ranks when the old male dies. In another exuberant release of energy, a crowned crane dances. When all the giraffes have drunk, they move off towards the trees, leaving the big male, who's tested each female unsuccessfully, to continue his search. In the middle of the day, all the mothers collect their calves together in a nursery. The mothers of the youngest ones keep watch while they rest. They could even be left on their own. It's too hot for lions to be hunting. After a sleep, the young explore. From a month old, they nibble the tips of any greenery they can reach. Adults wander off to look for favorite plants and may bend awkwardly, even risking a fall, to reach the tastiest leaves. Mothers with young calves stay close enough to feed them from time to time. The oxpecker is after some of the milk, too. When feeding's over, the mother gently nudges her young away. Yellow-billed oxpeckers nest in hollow trees, as close to herds of hoofed animals as they can. Adult giraffes are remarkably tolerant when the oxpeckers comb through their fur and drink their saliva, and they may play host to several birds at a time. Fur can be pulled out to line the nest, and the chicks are fed on a diet of giraffe skin as well as ticks. Very young giraffe aren't so used to birds, especially underfoot. The wattled starling hunts for insects that get kicked up by the giraffe's hooves. Towards the end of the day, the calves' long wait is over as the mothers return with the rest of the herd. Each mother greets her own young. The females are spotted by the top bull, still looking for his chance to mate. At last, he finds a female who lets him follow her. She has a 3-month-old calf, but is ready to mate again. She urinates so that he can test her hormones. His lip curl, or flamen, proves that she is in estrus. But she's not yet ready to give up eating. He'll continue to follow and test her for hours until the right moment arises. It's a sedate affair. She encourages him very gently. He must be sure of his timing, as the mating posture can be hazardous for a 2,000-pound male. The couple will stay together for the next day or two, mating repeatedly until she becomes pregnant. A group of giraffes have returned to the riverbed, drawn by a curious event. A young calf has suddenly become ill and collapses. The adults are alarmed. The calf's mother is particularly anxious. It's at the age, 6 months, when calves nibble bits of earth as well as leaves and can pick up deadly anthrax spores from the soil. It's also the age when the natural immunity received from its mother's milk has worn off. The vultures are waiting, but the mother keeps her vigil for hours and will chase off any scavengers that dare to come near. All hope gone, the mother at last leaves to seek out the company of other giraffes. As the shadows lengthen, the females continue feeding. All the Serengeti's herbivores eat as much as possible before the long African night. At dawn, the big male, still alone, wanders across the horizon. Early morning reveals a morbid attendance at the dead giraffe by hyenas and vultures. Little is left, but every morsel is sought after. The scavenger's actions will clean up the carcass and help stop the spread of the disease. Two out of every 3 giraffes born die in their first year, some to accidents and disease, but more to lions and hyenas hunting at night. Those that survive to maturity can expect a long life, however, up to 25 years. The old male has wandered down to the riverbed again, seeing off the last of the hyenas at the carcass. His size and alertness make him almost invincible. He's looked up to with respect by other animals, apart from the pesky oxpeckers. His wanderlust over the Serengeti savanna and acacia woodlands has ensured that the females in his area continue to produce young. Indeed, he has contributed to an even greater success story. Within the sanctuary of the national park, the population of giraffes is steadily increasing. Here in the Serengeti, it's still a golden age for the sentinels of the savannah.